And here comes my third one about the distortion of the divine feminine and masculine. More on the masculine, simply because two things. One, the masculine had kind of taken over the distorted masculine and kind of condemned and marginalized the feminine, number one. Number two, I feel through the heart of the masculine, we can come again into the harmony of feminine and masculine, and with that then into that beautiful new harmony that we're creating together. So this was spirit heart whispering, doesn't come from my mind. And just let it see how it lands in your heart. So today I want to talk about this hero's story or myth that comes from the Greek mythology. That was at a time of the Aryan Age, up to 4,000 years ago. So all of these things that I have shared with you before. So let's not judge now. Let's observe. Let's be compassionate. Let's look at things from a different perspective, not to make a solution, not to, stepping out again as the hero or judges or whatever, but to actually see the value of this learning and what are we truly taking out of this experience. So the myth of the hero in the Greek mythology goes to Perseus. You may have read it, you may have heard it in many different ways. It's also, by the way, in the sky. So the tropical astrology as well as the astronomy is actually influenced by this story, and the names of the stars and planets and all of that can come from that story. Other stories too, but we're talking about this one now. So Perseus was sent off to kill Medusa, and of course that was like a task of the impossible. Medusa was a mortal that was raped by a god, and so her master, feminine master, I think Athena, correct me if I'm wrong please, she decided to give her that beautiful hair, not beautiful hair, with the snakes and everything, so any man who would look at her would turn to stone, or anyone. So of course not a solution, right? But anyway, so how did Perseus come into that? His mother, she was kept very much, recluse, because her father was told that if this daughter would have a child, that child would kill him. So what happened? Of course, she got pregnant because, again, one of the gods came through. So the father of Perseus' mother was so scared. So we're talking about fear now, very interesting part of this whole distortion of the feminine masculine. And so he sent her away on a boat, pregnant, and hoped that she would just perish. But she didn't, because she reached an island and someone took her in and took care of her. So now this man wanted to pursue her, but Perseus was kind of in the way. So he sent him off to kill Medusa. That was kind of impossible to kill. But somehow, because he was smart, he managed that. So this is now a hero who is able to chop off the head. Maybe there was something else, but this is what he had chosen. And so on his way back, he found Andromeda. Of course, Andromeda is also a star in the sky. And Andromeda's story was about the daughter of an Egyptian family, king again. And it was again told that the god said they must sacrifice her. Why you need to sacrifice a girl, we don't know. Comes out of this time. So remember, this was a human experience. This is not human. Humanity is not defined by these things. It was an experience as humanity has gone through. If we go into the time of Lemuria, totally different, wouldn't have happened. But we came to experience that. And then I mentioned this in the last video, Buddha and Christ came in to say, hey, we can actually finish this. And they came at the end of the Aryan Age into the Piscean. Very interesting. And now we're at the end of the Piscean, depending on what perspective we want to look at, and into the Aquarium. So Perseus, of course, rescued the poor maiden And on the way he slaughtered Cetus, the sea monster, the whale. Now, that is a hero, right? This is a great achievement. But of course I question that now. Was that really the only way? Do women really need rescue? I am a man, and I do know that I have tried to rescue women, and most men do. Women also try to rescue men. Huh? It goes both ways, because it's that distorted masculine that takes us in this position. But maybe we don't need saving, and maybe she didn't need to be there anyway, chained in the ocean. So I am questioning this myth. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I am sharing with you that in today's context, in today's shift into out of the Kali Yuga, of this forgetting, but into this divine reset, into the Aquarian age, we can shift that, we can change that. We have a choice. So what is your choice in that whole story? I'm not saying there's no more heroes, but what would the hero be that is not slaughtering, that is not influenced from secrets like Perseus? I mean, he did not go because he knew that the man would pursue his mother. He went because he wanted to be a hero. Achievements, you know, it's the idealization. So today I want to challenge you in another way. What was the new hero like? If we don't need to prove anything, if we don't have to kill anything, if we don't have to have all these achievements that are so amazing. I'm trying to find a way that you can see me better, so I lift my hand. What is it? So I want to give you another light code into that. What would the new hero be like? That is in harmony, that is restored, reset, divine reset. What would it be like? And how would that be together with the divine feminine? So I'm tuning in again. Alohama, alohama, alohama. So that we can see into the mirror of love that we all hold in our hearts. Uya mane, uya, uya, uya mane, uya mane, uya, uya, uya mane, I keep my hand up. So what does that feel like? What does the new hero look like? What does the new leader look like? Because actually the feminine is the leader, without fear, but being safe, being honored. We are in this together, and I'm happy for that. So if you want more of this, more in the sense of light codes and music and sound journeys, we actually have recorded some of this stuff, and it's on our website, so I will put the link there for you. And the other thing is in gatherings and bridges, so where we go into that as well. Remember, no healing, no therapy, no coaching, none of this. It's simply the spirit heart whisperer sharing with you, bridging for you uniquely, so collectively we can find a way together. Love you.